just kind of looking around the room, it's very apparent to me that almost everyone in this room has been crucial to our success. When you think about where we started, this is our third facility, and we started in 900 square feet over on Randolph Road. We really started one night at our house when I went to Mary. I had this epiphany, and I said that I went and told her, I said, I think I'm going to start a clinic taking care of people losing their memories. And as you know, what she said was, this is a bad idea. And where's Mary? Where is she? She's hiding somewhere. She's going to miss this.
Okay.
That was the trigger to sort of get some training.
Here comes Mary. Better. Okay.
Mary's also red and white.
So she was the one that told me, she said, when we would go on these mission trips and do these things, I always had this talk with the students that would go with me, and I'd say, all compassion begins with confidence. You have to have a skill in order to help people. They got families to hug them, and they got other people to hug them. But you got to know what you're doing in order to impact them. And she said, you don't know anything about this. You're not listening to yourself. Well, as you know, we got to Hopkins, and still I came back, and we were working with several of the, we worked with both Atrium and Novant. That didn't necessarily work out. So I had the idea that I was going to do this on my own. And she gave me a piece of paper with it. And it said that we were only going to spend a certain amount of money. When you go over that, this is over. And at the bottom, it said, and I want to remind you, divorces are expensive. I had to sign it. The first and so she wasn't really into this until we walked into that 900 square feet. It was a dump. And she said, she looked around and she said, I think we can make this work. And then what she did is, there were just two of us. And then, of course, Margaret came right after that, and then Robin, and then Chris. But she sat and she was answering the phone, and the people called in. And when they called in, she adopted them. She would want to listen to them, and they felt they were already hooked by the time that they came in. And that culture of putting their arms around people is what we took from the first place to go to the second place. And now we want to put it here, because otherwise it's just a place. Now, we were very fortunate. People were extremely generous for us. They gave us money so we could buy this place. We dropped our rent in half, or almost in half. And so it gives us more money to put into taking care of the people that we take care of. So Mary was the first one to realize that the culture was the most important thing. And every day here, we're very fortunate that we have the culture police. And Janet has adopted that. And today, I would like the fact that and I don't know the staff's they're not here today.
Not all staff, it's the providers. There's a number of people here, though.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I want the first, Kathy Thomas. We had this marvelous buddy, Jim Thomas, that we loved. Every time he came in here, he just lit the place up. And when we lost him, Kathy came to me and said, you think that there's a way that we could have a painting or some sort of emblem of what it's like to be here and to have that feeling? And so we kept that in our brain. And I told Melanie about it. And so we've got kind of a surprise here. And Lita, I want you to come with me. All right. This is Lita Gatton. not only is she a terrific artist, but she is a caregiver. She was a terrific caregiver for her husband. And we have gotten her to do, gotta get that. So we asked Lita if she would think about a way that we could express kind of what it's like to go through taking care of people who are losing their memory. And what is it that we need to sort of have signposts and things? And this is what we've got. All right.
First, thank you for the opportunity to be part of this tonight. I met with Melanie, and I'm very grateful to Janet and Melanie for reaching out to me to create this. And when we met and walked through the facility under construction, and Melanie was describing the journey, the 900 square feet and the multiple moves since then, I was thinking it is a journey, and it's such a bright spot that the center now has this space. But I was also thinking about the journey that I had as a caregiver for 11 years. And it was a journey every day, but I was always looking for a bright spot. And the bright spot, it changed. You know, I went into caregiving with one idea of a bright spot, but as days went on, you found those little bright spots. And so the journey and the bright spot at the end, that's what this painting means.
And I love this because we need signposts, we need lighthouses, we need places to guide us. And oftentimes, we always come back to four things when we're dealing with our patients and our families. We want the patient calm, safe, clean, and loved. We always come back to those four things. And that's what we're thinking about every day. One of the blessings that I've worked with lots of doctors in my life. I've worked with lots of doctors. But I have been blessed here at the end of my career with two of the finest doctors that I've ever worked with. Sanjay Iyer came to us from Atrium, and Eris Chaconis, who it was funny because I right at the end of my career, I stopped him in the hall. Neurologists and heart surgeons, when they come together, that's not good. Because something's happened that just is not working out. But Eris was my buddy. And, he and I got along really well. And so I asked him, I said, Eris, you interested in doing this? And he said, my wife will kill me. She's not going to. So, but about 2 years later, we had a sort of a chance to attract him. So, where's Eris?
Right here.
All right, Eris and Sanjay are the kindest, best doctors that I've ever worked with.
So great.
And we are really hoping that we're going to be able to attract people, new physicians that are going to be able to help us keep this going. Now, I'm not going to be here forever, but I am going to be here for a while. Melanie made me say that. So you don't want to scare everybody. Staying longer was what the scary part was. But, bottom line, I would like Eris to say a few words, and then Sanjay.
Sure. All the cardiac surgeons, you needed to call me Louise. Thanks everyone for believing in our practice and in our mission, and thanks for your support, without which we couldn't do our work. And a little Chuck story, very respectful. I joined Memory Movement Charlotte. It's been about 5.5 years now. Went like that. It's been so quick. We were called Memory Center Charlotte back then. And I remember you were on a crusade to increase access to the clinic because of the demand. I remember your phone call. I remember thinking, well, if Chuck can sell you anything, if his heart's in it, and I better be careful. So I knew that dementia care in our community has been woefully underserved, or had been. So I went with that knowledge to talk to Chuck, and he taught me something that I thought was incredibly insightful and important. He said to me that the care of the caregiver is equally important as the care of the person who suffers from dementia. And he sold me on his time and attention model as being the best model for delivering superior care for dementia patients. And I think in this clinic, we prove that every day. I'm convinced of that. The demand for our services has been climbing at probably an alarming rate sometimes. And we understand the need. And we had to expand into this beautiful space. Thank you very much. And I suspect in the near future, we're going to have to think of some kind of geographical expansion because the need is so great. But we're convinced that this model of care is the way to go. And we think it should be a national standard. And if there's any way we can support that goal, we certainly would want to do it. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for your support.
Director and
Thank you all for being here. As we were walking around and looking at the space, those of us who saw what it looked like before, and I think the term that was used was awful. Somehow it's transformed into some amazing space, and whether it's just the energy or the paint colors, whatever it was, every patient that walks in here says it's so welcoming, it's so calming, it's very just calm, and we feel at peace here. I think that's so important for what we do because so much of what we try to navigate together is so stressful. But for me, it's been 3 years. Just looking back, it was 3 years, and just 2 weeks ago was my 3-year sort of anniversary of joining here. And I think I've been in Charlotte for almost 15 years. It was a great experience, and I'd known Dr. Chaconis for almost 15 of them, and known Chuck for about 10 of them. And we had just shared so many patients over the years. You said, you guys all need to go into business together at some point. And I think at some point it kind of worked out. And I think I remember my wife saying the same thing, that divorces are expensive. But it's been a great situation here. And I think I look around and just say it's the team. We have a team here that's so committed to what we're doing, to the cause, to the experience. I mean, everyone's connected in some way, and we're just so grateful. Can't say enough about the support that we've felt over the years, and for me, being the youngest kid on the block, to kind of learn some of the history, and there's always sort of the institutional memory that we need to recognize and continue on. But just great to be here. So wonderful to see all of you here, and just look forward to what the next chapter is going to look like as we try to recruit more physicians and try to take care of people the best that we can. But thank you all very much for being here.
We're very fortunate that we've been blessed by two leaders, actually. Nancy Downing has been head of our foundation, and she's been head of our board, and she's been an amazing leader. She is soft, she's tough, she makes great decisions. So Nancy, this is, we hate that you can't lead, okay? So you can't lead. And we have a new board chair, Cindy Graham, who's going to take over in January. She's one of the few people that, even from the very beginning, would tell me exactly what was up. There are times when she would look at these sheets of all the stuff and she said, "We ain't gonna make it." And then she came up with money, and then everybody else came up with it, and we made it. So I'm looking forward to working with you. And then finally to Janet. Janet's been here now
2 years.
2 years. I told her the first day, we are so fortunate to have her, that every phase and every job she had with banking and at the Ivy and everything prepared her for coming here and really getting us on the road to financial stability and also to preserving the culture we have. And if you know that she's got a soft side, she's got a tough side, and it's been amazing working with her. And so, Janet, I want you to just kind of tell us, say a few words about your experience.
Okay. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you all for being here, for your support. It is the pinnacle of my career to be here, and I feel so honored to work with this incredible staff, our Turk Farmer physicians, but they are the backbone of our practice. Is our nursing team, our clinical and administrative staff, our PAs. We just have the most incredible team. And I just really just love feeling that I'm playing some small part in the success that we have today. And, the need in this community and beyond is so huge. And this building, this culture is really only the beginning of what we can do. And I'm just really excited about the future. I do see not only expansion of services and the ability to do that with this incredible space that would not have been possible without your support and in our previous locations. So just really, really honored to be here and just very, very grateful to all of you.
Please.
Nancy, my good friend and fantastic board leader, we are going to cut the ribbon. Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna say.
Oh, wow. This is like a pretty group. Oh, I'm so.
All right, smile right here. One, two, three. All right, cheer, everyone.
Thank you all.
Right now, we have. I do want people to see the gym and the physical therapy, and also that's where dessert is. So it's a everything's in the back.